So is that
Welcome in, everybody. It is, man, Tuesday afternoon. I get lost in the days during the summer. College baseball, not being in the season. I don't know if it's the weekend, but it is in fact Tuesday afternoon, and we're doing something a little different. We're gonna veer off. We're gonna talk to a player that I got to meet, man, hang out, watch Tennessee baseball with, and Lindsey Nelson, but friends with Ariel Antigua, but played Colombian National Ball with him, checked into him, legit baller. That being said, Haider, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just thankful for this opportunity to be here in your program and just happy to be here, man.
Absolutely. So, when I met you, man, high spirited guy, a lot of fun. Could tell just listening to you talk about baseball how much you enjoy it. So, really wanted to get into your story. But before we do, we always like to break the ice, talk music and movies and stuff like that. Let's start, man. I don't know if it's any different when you come from another country, but when it comes to baseball movies, like, have you seen a decent amount of them, and do you have a favorite?
Baseball movies?
Yeah, baseball
Oh yeah,
movies.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm on to it. I love the Perfect Game one. With the Mexican kids and stuff like that. That's a movie that I watch a lot. Um, and also the Rookie of the Year, uh, Big League.
Yeah, can't
Those are
go. There's so
yeah.
many. You can't go wrong, man. Baseball movies,
Mm-mm,
they
yeah.
have made more of baseball than any other sport. Elite
I
list. You
know.
can get the serious ones, the funny ones. Talk to
Mhm.
me about music. Is there you know, you talk about being from Colombia, but like, is there an American artist who's just like your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, American artist, favorite one. If I can think of one, I'll say since I'm like up there in the mountains, so going school up there, so I'll say Morgan Wallen. I listen to him a lot, but it sounds weird because it's country and stuff like that. But yeah, I
He's the
mean,
answer 9 out of 10 times, and even when we get a guy from Colombia, it's still Morgan Wallen.
hmm
That's how I know this
I
guy's
know,
killing the
yeah,
game.
he is pretty good. Yeah, and I actually it's funny because back in 2022, that fall. My school, my team has this we do security for football games and concerts and stuff like that. So we actually got to do one of his concert, and at
Mhm.
that moment I really didn't know much about him. But when I saw him on stage, I was like, who is this guy? Like, and they were like, are you crazy? Like you don't know Morgan Wallen is? And like after that, then started listening to him.
Yeah, no doubt. And what's funny is that those Tennessee games, my son was sitting down there next to his parents because obviously they're Tennessee fans. So kind of funny how that
Oh
all comes around full circle. But
yeah.
talk to me about sports. Are you a big, being from Colombia, you a big soccer fan? Obviously, because I've been down to Colombia and I've seen, man, just the way that sport. I even wore a jersey one time and I was told that it's the wrong part of town to be wearing that jersey, that I needed to take it off. It's a little serious down there. So
Yeah.
how as far as sports fandom, you a big soccer guy, and what else do you like?
I mean, I am. Of course, I'm a baseball guy, and since I was little, since I was born in the coast of Colombia, which is Cartagena and Barranquilla cities. So those two cities are like very, very like attached into the Caribbean. So we grow up playing baseball, and that's all we do. Like if you ask people down in that city, they're gonna either say baseball and soccer would be just like maybe. So but
Mhm.
when we talk about soccer, we're talking more into like in the inside of the country, like Medellin and Bogota and all those big cities in there, like inner. So but yeah, growing up I was a big baseball guy. My dad was a baseball coach, and being in the field the whole time. My brother was involved too, so just it was just baseball. And then as I grew up, I started playing basketball, and then did swimming a little bit, ended up doing track and field. I mean, I'm just a big athlete all around, but baseball was always the main one.
Yeah, no doubt. So you started mentioning that family. Talk to me. How big of a family you got? You talk about being from the coast of Columbia. So I guess kind of nail down exactly, where you're from and then, who all's in the house.
Yeah, so I come from Cartagena, Colombia. I was born and raised there, and like I say, it's the coast, like where we get the beach and cool stuff down there. And we are a family of in my house, three brothers, like three siblings, two brothers, which is me and my brother, and then my little sister, and my mom and my dad, always there, and I'm the middle guy and the middle child. So yeah, we
So
both.
growing up, having the three of y'all, was it, you talked about dad being coach, was it all three of y'all playing sports? Were y'all all competitively, active growing
Yeah,
up?
yeah, definitely, man. We all did baseball since little. My brother actually, I grew up watching him. He's 6 year older than me, my older brother, and he, I was watching him playing against, in the city and stuff like that. And actually, I got to see him sign as a professional with the Philadelphia Phillies, and that was one thing that motivated me to keep playing the game, just being just like him.
Yeah, no doubt. So would you say, he was your biggest influence growing up, or was it not just him? Was, did you have any coaches or maybe even a professional athlete, somebody that you look to, who all was big on influencing you to play the game of baseball
Yeah.
growing up?
Well, it was definitely him because that's the closest like relative guy that we got in the family, and he, of course, doing big things, playing professional stuff like that. But on top of him, we got Orlando Cabrera, which was like kind of related to me and my dad, and big guy with the Red Sox and all four and stuff like that. But those guys, big leaguers like Renteria and Jamil had all have foul. Like those guys are always like I always look up to them and pretty good.
Yeah. So, what is the baseball scene? You talk about baseball being the biggest sport around there, but around here where I live, like baseball is everywhere, right? Like there's a baseball field on every corner. Like where you're from, you say baseball's the biggest, but do you have the
Mhm.
opportunity to play all the time everywhere?
It's funny. It's funny because I mean here everybody got the parks and the fields and stuff like that, but and everybody's playing everywhere, right? But there we got the streets. We got the streets with a stick and a ball made out of paper, right? And you see kids just going at it and playing stick ball and even using the little the cans like bottles and stuff like that, the caps, and just with the stick, and they have to they become pretty good hitting sliders because they play with that all the time. And yeah, but yeah, of course you ask around in the city, and they love baseball. Now they love it more. It's growing more and more and more, and actually the city is doing a good job on building more fields and stuff like that. But in the city of Cartagena, we only got one big field, and other than that, you just gotta play in the streets, and then just go out there in the streets with a stick and the ball out of paper.
Hey, that's the way to develop hand-eye coordination right there. You got to
Oh
do it with a stick.
yeah, growing up, I used to hit those little corns
Mhm.
with a stick, and my dad was like, if you can hit this, you can hit anything. So I listened to him and I did it.
No doubt, no doubt. So,
Yeah.
one of the first things that catches my attention, when I go to your page is seeing you play for, the Colombian team and seeing you guys, and clearly y'all had success, right? Like, so talk
Mhm.
about how, you're a Pan American gold medalist. Tell me how you get to be a part of that team. What does that process look like? And then, from there, like, I don't know, is it one of those things that you travel just within the country? Just kind of walk me through that process.
Yeah, it's a pretty good story, man. But I give all the glory to God. I think what happened last year was it was already planned by Him, and He already knew that was gonna happen because I before going down to play for even to try out, I haven't been home for about 3 or 4 years, right? Like I was, here in school and doing college and stuff like that. So when I get the tryout invite, I talked to my parents and I asked them, what do you think? Should I go? Or should I? Because like when you are the only guy that is in college and you compete against professional players, like they've been in the game for plus years in the professional level, you have a little bit of a doubt, right? Because you are like, would they even look at me? Why are they inviting me? But I asked them, and also I just gave it to God, and I prayed to Him. I said, if if it's your will, man, I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna challenge myself to get out there and actually try to make that team. And I did. I went down there. It was all a risk, and just challenging, right? Because nothing was. I didn't know I was gonna make a thing off the bat. I had to go and earn my spot, and that's what I did, man. Just go down there and did all the trials and showcase workouts and stuff like that. And it didn't come to the last day. We had like a live BP section against the pitchers that were gonna be in the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went. I just did a pretty good job that day, and I just after practice was done, and I just sit down in the dugout by myself. Because I was like, okay, nobody's gonna tell me anything. Like the list is already it's about to be out there, and nobody had told me nothing. So I guess I didn't make the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm sitting there, the head coach come and he said, "Hey, get ready. You're part of the national baseball team." I said, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, get ready. We're flying tomorrow." I said, "Oh my God!" So the next day we are in Chile playing Pan American games. So that was pretty like exciting for me and my parents and really the whole family because coming from a baseball family, like, and you playing for the national team of your country, like that's a big deal down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the picks, fun side note, do you have the most swag on the team? I look, man, the shades, and every chance you get, you got a cigar hanging out your mouth. Like, I mean, it looks like you have the most swag on the team. Am I right?
Hey, I mean, I think you're right, man. Because one thing I do, most of those guys they never been in college. Like they are just straight from Colombia, straight to the minors and stuff like that. So they really don't get the experience of what it is like to be a college baseball player. So when I first got the cigar there when we were champions, they were all shocked. They looked at me like I was crazy, right? They were like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Hi." So I had to like explain them a little bit, but yeah, after that, like they loved it and they hang into it. And then I explained them more, a little more culture of like, hey, Michael Jordan used to do it when he win championship. Those, like you see Tommy White when he won with LSU, he did it. So that was type of stuff that like Joe Burrow when he won
Oh
the
yeah, I
so
got
they yeah.
the painting is right there with Joe Burrow and the
Oh man.
the cigar, and then I got Dylan Cruz right there. They're on the opposite wall, but I know exactly what you're talking about. But
Yes,
one of
man.
the cool things for anybody who's listening, if you go follow him on his Instagram, and I'll let him plug it later. One of the cool things is you see the places that you went on your journey playing, right? And you see Nicaragua, and you see Chile, and
Mhm.
you see Cuba, along with obviously Colombia, like. So how cool was it to get to travel? Like you said, you get to wear the name and the flag across your chest as is. You get to play the game you love, but you get to travel around the world.
Yeah, yeah. Just a cool and unforgettable experience, man. Just very proud to be wearing that jersey with my flag in it, and then just when you play with that team, you feel something different, man. It's really hard to explain because you play not just for yourself or for like your school. You're playing for your whole country. Like you're out there representing what your country is all about.
Mm-hmm.
And we are different because we have a chip on our shoulder. We're trying to like teach people something different than what they really know about Colombia. So Colombia is not only the bad stuff that you hear around and stuff like that. We also have baseball. We got soccer, like stuff like that. And we go out there. We talk to everybody in the team. Hey, we gotta play and we gotta represent the country like we want them to talk about it. So we go play hard, respectful, and I mean just a cool experience going traveling all the world with your flag in your chest, man.
Absolutely. So, you talked about a lot of the guys you play for, going straight to professional, but not you. You come to the States, you play college. How does it go for you, right? Because you're not a kid that's
Mhm.
getting seen at the local showcases that college coaches get to see. So how do you go about
Mhm.
your recruiting process? Do you have to send tape? Do you have to make calls? How do you get it to where these college coaches even know who you are?
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's another great story right there to tell because it all started when my brother got the chance to come here and play for the Clearwater Thrashers in Clearwater, Florida for the Phillies. They were like the A-ball team for them. Right. So in that team that he was playing at, they had something called baseball chapel. No, you heard about it, but it's really big in minor league. So they get like chaplain and they give them like the gospel before games and stuff like that. So guess the chaplain used at the time was the athletic director of my high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
That so my brother was like, hey, I got a brother. He's 13 now, but he really wants to, I want. No, he really wants to, but I want. My brother wanted me to come here and experience that something that he didn't do. He said I want him to experience what it's like to be a first of all a high school player, and then after that, if he's good enough to get a scholarship, then I would love for him to do that instead of just jumping into the real world of playing at 16, 17 years old, spending hours and hours in the field. I want him to actually have like something different than what I did. And yeah, like he worked he worked everything out with that guy. And next thing you see, 2 years later, I'm here as a freshman in high school. And I mean, in that process, a lot of stuff happened. Like my English wasn't no near as good as it is right now. And then so of course I had to learn English, going to an English academy down in Colombia. I spent a whole year just learning English. It sounds crazy, right? Because I didn't do a school for a whole year. It was just English, and everybody thought in Colombia I was like insane. Like
Mm-hmm.
all my friends were like, what are you doing, man? Like, are you crazy? Like, you're missing a whole year of school, dude. And I was like, listening to my brother and my dad, I was like, they know what they're doing. I'm gonna follow them. And if they say this is what the route I had to take to be where they want me at and where I want to be at, because at the end of the day, if I didn't really want it, then we would never done it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did that, learned English, and then I had to FaceTime the head of the school into like a Skype call, and so I was another challenge, right? Because I'm like just barely know some English and I had to like talk to him. So he had to make sure I can come here and be successful at school, not just at the field, but you had to be able to pass the class and all that stuff that come after it. And then I did that. The first call was unsuccessful. I didn't pass. And my coach at the time that at the high school, he thought I was just gonna give up. He thought like, okay, he's just not gonna come. He's gonna go there and play some professional like his brother, and he's just gonna just quit on this. Well, guess what? I didn't quit. I said, okay, you know what? Call me next year. I'll be ready for that. And they thought I was really insane. So they called me the year after I spent another year, playing some baseball around the city and stuff like that, but learning English as well. And I came that fall of 2014. I came that fall and did like one month of like just shadowing,
Mm-hmm.
right, at the school, blah blah blah. More like engagement with like how it's like to be here and stuff like that, culture wise. And after that, I went back home, and in June they called me again on Skype. And so I went through the whole interview with no problem. And the last question of the interview was, "Hi there, if you are able to read this, you are into the school." So I was like, "Oh my God, what are they gonna put in there? Would I be able to read it?" And next thing they went up, and next thing I saw is "Welcome to Northside," and I was like, "What?" So I just had tears in my eyes, because of that hard work I did of like perseverance and not just giving up but keep sticking to the plan. It was just at that moment I thought it all paid off, and now I'm ready to go into a school. And I did that 4 year of high school here in Florida. And I was committed to go to FIU as a sophomore in high school, which I went to play a tournament. And Murph saw me. Mervin Melendez, the head coach at the time, saw me at the tournament, and he offered me right away. And I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't know anything about school, like I was like, I'm going anywhere. Like not like other guys that had like dream school, stuff like that. I was just another kid trying to go to the next level. And I committed there, and then a lot of stuff happened in that journey, and I ended up going to a junior college because a lot of people was like, going to UCO so you get the chance to play pro the year after and stuff like that. So I was like, sure, let's do that. I think I just did that, and then COVID happened. A lot of stuff went down that route, and after I played my last season at UCO in St. Petersburg College, I had the opportunity to get seen by Montreal College up in North Carolina, and they offered me to go play there, and I was like, sure, as long as I keep playing, I'm happy. I don't care where I'm at, but if I'm playing baseball and going to school, I'm happy,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's how
And
I really got out there. That's
yeah,
the
and,
long
I'm
story, I know.
looking at what you've done there, and obviously your time there as because we talked about playing for the national team, and that was something that happened after you started at Montreat, but it shows the development you have because you were able to make that team.
Mhm.
In 2023, you played in 48 games. You got AAC Player of the Week multiple times. You were second on the team with 49 hits, but really, I want to get into this past year. Man,
Mhm.
started in 48 of 51 games, batted 323. The slash line with 399, 470. Second on squad with 53 hits. Third on team with 37 runs, 29 RBIs. Absolutely killing it. And oh, by the way, you were the AAC Gold Glove team winner. Shortstop, which is kind of cool, right? Because when I met you, you say your boys with Antigua, and we know the kind
Mhm.
of glove he has. So I feel like I kind of picture myself seeing the two of you guys work together because both got elite level gloves. But talk about this
Yeah.
past season, 2024. Those numbers, you're hitting over 300. Your slash lines are good. Your glove is obviously the best in the conference. Talk about this past season.
Well, again, I just said it was a season that God gave me. He gave me the good the good year, right? And but really, I just say it was another healthy season because the most important thing for me when I start every season is stay healthy, right? If you play most of the games in a season, that's what really matters for me, and I try to do that. And then the performance wise, that thing will come by itself. Don't worry about numbers too much during the season. To be honest with you, I do not look at the numbers. Like from day one to the last day of the tournament, I do not look at those numbers. I don't know what that page is. I just do not look at it. I told my friends, my teammates are like, "I dare you hitting 400." I like, I don't know what I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't care. I just want to stay healthy, play every single game as hard as I can. Go 100% every single day. And if I can do that for the whole year, I'm happy. And then if I come back and look at the page and I see I hit 305 or 250, but my team won most of the games, that says something good about my performance because I was part of those games, right? So
Right.
those things come by itself, but the most important thing for me, like I say, is staying healthy and man, just giving the glory to him, to the Most High. Without him, nothing would be possible, right?
Absolutely. So, what does the future look like for you? Are you going, back to North Carolina to play? Are you, looking at the transfer portal? Are you entering the draft? Since I haven't got to see you, but I look at these
Mm-hmm.
numbers, like I obviously know that you're going to keep playing, which is your ultimate goal, right? You said, you don't care where
So,
you're playing, you just want to play. So, what is the next step for you?
as of right now, I got some options like maybe getting a free agent contract later after the draft, and or just going back to school and finishing my last year there, and after that going to play Mexico League, maybe a Japanese independent league. Trying to stay in the game, and like I say, if I am like, this game is my passion, and I do it with all the love that I can give it to it. And I said, if I can play this game as long as I can in a high level, I will do it. And then on top of that, if I get the education that I'm getting at Montreal, which I'm a cybersecurity major, if I can
Hey,
get
I'm glad
that.
you brought that up. I wanted to ask you about that. That is a cool
Yeah.
field. We have interviewed 350 athletes, and I'll be honest with you, I've never seen someone on their major have cybersecurity. So talk to me how you got into that.
Well, it was really as I did business administration in my junior college as an associate degree. And then coming into Montreal, you know, I visited there with my brother. It was me, my brother, and my mom on like December of 2021. And so Coach Beck, he was going through the majors and stuff like that. He said, "Hey, we got this, we got that. I see you got a business administration associate degree from junior college." And then he mentioned cybersecurity, and at that moment, I really didn't know anything about it. And so he mentioned cybersecurity, and then I was like, so I just look at him and look at my brother, and then so that meeting ended up right. And then like during lunch, my brother is like, "Hey, have you think about that cybersecurity stuff that he talked about?" And like to be honest, I already forgot about it. I was like, "Oh, what cyber? What?" Like he was like, "Yeah, I think you should go into that, man. That's like a really good field." And I look at him, I say, "Dude, I don't know anything about it, you know." And he looked at me, "Hey, don't worry. You know you know something that will help you be successful in that field. And you know what most of the people know are your generation." I say, "What do you mean by that?" Say, "You know how to handle a computer, and I know that you know how to navigate on the web." I said, "Oh, so that's all you need to do?" I said, "No, that's not it, but that's a big factor, right? Like that's a big part of it." And I think you should go into it since it's like high demanding right now. I was like, "Sure, why not?" So I did it, right? As I go into it, the moment I step on campus and start going to classes, I was like, I think I just find my second passion right here. So
Yeah.
like everybody in the team look at me like I'm this crazy smart guy, and I just really just know how to handle a computer and move into it.
Well, for the
Yeah.
fact that I don't, we know each other, but I don't know you that well, man, I can honestly
Mhm.
say it's really cool. I'm proud of you because, just reading up on you, not only the fact that you're doing that, it also just your studies and how well you've done in general. You love psychology as well, but you talking about your dedication to learning English. So even though baseball was your passion, you still took
Mhm.
the time to get educated to come to the States. And then when you came to the States, you didn't say, "Oh, I'm just going to play baseball." You said, "I'm going to actually learn while I'm in here. I'm going to do some of my education." So, man, it's really good, man, because you prioritize maximizing everything you're getting out of this experience. So, when baseball ends, whatever day that may be, even if we're talking about
Mhm.
15 years down the road, you
Mhm.
have availability and options on things you can do. So, man, just really smart of a young man coming from Colombia and coming here and maximizing everything that you have at your fingertips. So I think that's awesome. The other thing in the notes on your profile page, man, says you play the piano. Is that one of those things that's just on here, or can you actually play that thing good?
I mean, the music side is definitely in my family bloodline from my mom's side. So my mom's side, it's a whole musical family. So we grew up, and my uncles, my mom's brothers, they own this big like band, in so they like playing it. And like me growing up as a kid, I was always watching them and stuff like that, and going to the concerts, and just it was just there. And as I went to high school, I even was a part of the marching band, because I was like, I know how to play drums, like I know how to do a snare. And they were like, "Really? Oh, we got two in one." Then I said, "I sure did." So I like no, and then after that, I was like, I really want to learn piano, so I actually been taking lessons in college with Montreal. So like I think that thing also keep you like not to be too worried about the game. So you got some time off to be just, hey, let me just play the piano for a little bit, and just forget about if you have like a bad game or something like that. So you just go there and mess around with the piano and stuff like that. But music is a big part in my family as well.
No doubt. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
You have, talents, you have a jack of all trades. It's not just baseball. You keep mentioning your family. Clearly, you're a family
Hmm.
guy and you talk about God. You've been blessed with, a family that has your back. You've been able to learn many things and it's really cool to see things playing out. And it's why, no matter what the next step is in the future, I feel like big things are going to happen for you, but it's definitely going to be on the baseball field right now because, like you said, you're passionate, you have your mindset, And you know, I don't know where the next place is. You know, for me, I hope, because I'm a college guy, you know, if it's college, I love it. I'll be able to create some, you know, NIL deals, come out there and see you. And, you know, and play in North Carolina. North Carolina is beautiful. If it is pro,
Yeah.
the problem with that is there's
Hmm.
no telling where you might be, right? You know, if
Exactly.
you end
Yeah.
up on a single A, double A roster, you can be coast to coast. May not
Oh
be
yeah.
as easy, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna come support you anyway. But that being said, you know, we're gonna play a game called This or That we play with every guest. I'm actually working for you right now. Chinook Cedary, 8 Flavors Mile of the Wild is who sponsors our game. Working on getting you there. We've never had a Colombian national player. We never had anybody from Montreat. So
Hmm.
already messaged them up. So we need to have you as an ambassador, set up a deal. But game is very simple. I'll give you two options. You choose one or the other. You can't say neither, can't say both. You down?
I'm down, man.
All right. We're going to start out very simple first. Would you rather go out to eat at a restaurant, or would you rather grill out in the backyard with your family?
We're all at the backyard with my family.
What's your favorite thing to eat on the grill?
I love that chicken, man. Chicken, that's right there.
All right. Would you rather have a fast car or a luxury car?
Luxury car.
All right. Would you rather trip and fall in public or pass gas in public?
You say the second one, I didn't hear you well.
Trip and fall or pass gas?
Pass, yeah. 3.4. Yeah, 3.4.
Man, no, you're too much of an athlete. You can't be tripping and falling.
But the good thing about being an athlete, I get out quick, so people, not everybody will see
I hear you. All right. Would you rather be stuck in a cave with a bear or in a swamp with an alligator?
it. Oof. Oh man. I'll say since I don't know, man. That's a really hard question. So I'll say being in the swamp with the alligator, I guess,
Hey,
because the birds,
there's no winning. There's no winning. It's just about which way would you rather go out?
yeah, exactly. Because anyway, you'll be well gone.
I always go from there to the two bad scenarios to two good to choose from. Would you rather have a private jet or a private yacht?
I'll go for the safety one. So I'll get the yacht, private yacht.
Yeah, a lot of folks come on here and say they'll get the yacht, and then they'll have, because the big yachts have the helicopter, they'll still be able to fly where they need to. I'm like, all right, I like that. All right, here's the question where I'm gonna mess you up. You didn't even see this coming. Who got the better
Okay.
glove, you or Antigua?
Oh my goodness.
Remember,
You really did it.
can't say
Oh my
both.
goodness.
Don't duck this question.
Hey, 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 man. He just won the World Series and he was actually playing at the ninth. And you know he made that nice play. But I can't go down myself, man. I think I got it on him, but I mean I gotta go for myself, dude. I love the kid. I love Ariel, but I think I'm better than him.
All right, you thought I did that to you once, and that wasn't fair. I'm gonna do it to you twice.
Oh my
Who's a
god.
better athlete, you or your brother?
Oh, definitely me. I'm there.
Oh, you didn't even
100%.
hesitate on that one, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He knows that too.
All right. This next one, I'm gonna put it to you because you were at the Tennessee games. I met you there. We just did the Tennessee episode. So, and you have a non-biased view, right? So, who hits better home runs, Christian Moore or Blake Burke?
I'll say Christian Moore.
I mean,
I like that. I like.
there is no wrong answer. And you know what's kind of
Hmm.
funny? Because
Yeah.
you understand the game so well. Everybody thinks that Blake Burke hits his a lot further than Christian Moore, but they actually don't, because Christian takes his straight down center. And
That's what I
so,
was gonna
you know, for
tell.
instance,
Yeah.
the one in Hoover, you know, 450 over the batter's eye, like, because
Yeah.
Blake's exit, he either hits the oppo shot down the line,
Hmm.
or he,
Yeah.
you know, pulls it. It looks like it goes a lot further, but Christian goes to the
Hmm.
farthest part of the yard every time.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like while we were there, he hit that ball straight center. Like, dude, that went over the body's high, dude. Like
Yeah.
and you have to have a really good swing to do that. Like that's not easy.
And he kept doing it after me and you met. He kept doing it in Omaha too. I mean,
Oh yeah,
these teams, they got him projected, somewhere around 15 to 20, but you can't convince me that there's 15 dudes better than him that you would draft for. So
exactly. Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
he's up there. Yeah, he's up there.
All right, last one. I got to reformat it. I'll put it to you like this: would you rather be the number one overall pick and get the $10 million signing bonus with it, or would you rather go to any school of your choice in the entire country this upcoming season and win a national championship?
The second option, 100%. With the guaranteed national championship, though, we
Guaranteed.
have
If
to win
you
it. The
pick
guarantee, yeah,
whatever school you want, and you're gonna win a championship.
yeah, that one, that one. I think that even at the level that I'm playing at NAIA level, I think that's one thing that I really want to do is just win a national championship at the college level. I think that would be a really good experience.
And you put that national championship next to your gold medal you already have. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there's a very small amount of people that can say they've done both of those.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Well, that is it. You're off the hot seat. I want to give you a chance to plug or promote anything you got. Like I said, put your social media out there because if anybody goes to your Instagram, I love it. You got it laid out to where they can follow your journey, especially when you're playing for the national team. If you
Mm-hmm.
have anything else you want to shout out, just the family, go ahead. This is your opportunity to throw any of it out there.
Sounds good, man. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you and thank God for this opportunity. And the people that's looking at this interview right now, and I just want them to know that in Colombia we got better stuff than what's been said out there. Uh, we actually can play baseball a little bit, and we got a lot of fun stuff down there. We got culture, music. We got sports, and not just baseball, but track and field. You see some Olympians going at it, and we got we got just the food. The food is great, guys. Go try some Colombian food. I'm telling you right now, it's amazing. And now for those guys that are in college right now, seniors and or last year guys, my brother, he used to be after he played for the Phillies, he he um he was a coach for the Blue Jays for 3 years there, and now he moved to Houston, Texas, and he's starting his own LLC, which is based, which is emphasizing in baseball for college athletes that they really want that experience to play professional baseball. So he's also a bench coach down in the Colombian Winter League for the team that just won the whole thing last year, and they are trying to work something out like with college athletes that are just coming out of college, going into the Colombian preseason, like the Colombian spring training type stuff, to get seen by all those teams down there, and they will have a shot to be playing the professional baseball league down there. So for those college athletes that are out there, shoot me a text or anything like that, and I can give my brother's information, and it'll be a pretty cool stuff to try, right? Challenge yourself going overseas and try to stay in the game as much as you can. Yeah, the team the project is called the professional experience, is the pro experience series, and it's based on 3 games down there in preseason, and if you are good enough and the team loves you or the team likes you, you'll get a shot to stay there and play those 2 or 3 months and have a chance to go to the Caribbean series, stuff like that.
And there you go.
So
The
yeah,
professional experience is just on this show we talk about growing the game and you're just putting out there another opportunity for it to grow, for people to experience different things. Like
yeah,
you said, for those just trying to stay in the game, I think you put pretty good emphasis on, those who love it, man, keep pursuing it. Too many people in this
yeah.
life, whether you're talking about baseball or anything else, they give up on their dreams too easy, man. They don't
Mm-hmm.
keep chasing. They don't want to work hard. But if you believe in yourself, you work hard enough. Truly anything is possible. Especially like you've talked about. You believe in God. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. So, man, I appreciate
Yeah.
just all the insight you've given, the story you've had, the plugs that you've done, and wish you nothing but the best of luck and keep us up to date with what you decide to do. Obviously, we got to see how the draft plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you go back to school, one way or the other, I'm gonna come watch you play and look forward to keeping up with your journey.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, for those guys, do not give up, man. Like, you never know. you never know when is the time to do it. Like when you never know who's watching, and as long as you stay in the game, man, it don't matter. It don't matter if you had a bad year maybe last year. Like who knows, this year might be the year that you know go crazy and have a great awesome year, and that's the year you go pop out. So
Absolutely.
just stay playing and believe in the process, because if you trust the process, stick to your routine, do your training, do your praying, and just giving it all to God, and He has everything planned out. And I just want to let everybody know that, and just go compete and be great, man.
Absolutely. Well, that's Haider Morelos, everybody. If you like hearing his story or you just like hearing Average Joe's talk X's and O's, please like and share the podcast on Facebook, retweet us on Twitter, listen and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and Anchor. As always, ratings, comments, hugs, love, feedback, all that good stuff is welcome. We will see everyone back tomorrow night. We're going to have a local legend around here. He now works, for Rawlings, but he played for Mississippi State, Southern Miss, DeSoto Central State champions right down the road with Austin Riley from the Atlanta Braves. So we're going to get his story. We're going to talk all things baseball, keep this train moving. But remember, in the meantime, strong bodies, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We're out.